Hello viewers and welcome to Learning with JGO. In this video, we are basically going to learn a very simple trick to convert measurements from one unit to another. Alright, so stay still till the end of this video as your difficulty in understanding unit conversions will come to an end today. Yes, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel as well. The conversion of measurements from one unit to another can be very easy for most people, okay, yet very tricky and difficult for some others. There are different ways or methods that we can use to convert units. The first thing to always do is to remember the standard unit conversion chart. Yes, so like let's say 100 centimeters being equal to 1 meter, you should remember all these. Once you remember how many units of a certain figure are there in another unit, it becomes easy to convert any figure into any unit of your choice. Yes. Alright, so these are some of the standard units conversion. Okay, this is the unit conversion chart. Yes, so we have 1 million millimeters being equals to 1 kilometer, 1000 millimeters equals to 1 meter, 10 millimeters equals to 1 centimeter, 100,000 centimeters equals to 1 kilometer, 100 centimeters equals to 1 meter, 1000 meters equals 1 kilometer, 1609 kilometers equals 1 mile, 5280 feet equals 1 mile, 63,360 inches equals 1 mile, and then 12 inches equals 1 foot. So there are many other unit conversion charts out there. Okay, we have others that are in decimeters, others in decameters and all that. I put this out here because mostly this is what is of concern to us geographers. Alright, these are the units of measurements that would most likely be used in map scale conversions. So what we are doing here would be very essential, okay, when converting the scale of maps from one unit to the other. Alright, in converting units, okay, some adopt the cross multiplication method, a method that is probably very common, so that when given say 200 centimeters to be converted into meters, you first of all state your conversion rate, which is 100 centimeter equal 1 meter. Alright, so if 100 centimeter equals 1 meter, then 200 centimeters will be equals to what? We don't know, so we denote that by x. Alright, what we do next is that we cross multiply, okay, so that 100 centimeters would multiply x and 200 centimeters would multiply 1 meter. So we'd have 100 centimeters times x equals 200 centimeters times 1 meter. After our multiplication, what we have is 100 centimeter x is equal to 200 centimeters slash meters. Okay, so to get our x, we divide both sides by 100 centimeters and 100 centimeters. When they cancel out, we get 2 meters in the end, so it means that x is equals to 2 meters. Alright, let's take another example. We are converting 352 feet into inches, but we know that 12 inches makes 1 feet. Alright, so if 12 inches makes 1 feet, then how many inches would give us 352 feet? Alright, so yet again we cross multiply, and when we multiply, we would have 12 inches times 352 feet equals 1 feet times x. Alright, so we are going to have, after the multiplication, 14,224 feet slash inches equals 1 feet x. Okay, we can't have numbers and variables all together, so to get our answer we would have to divide each side by 1 feet, and that gives us 4,224 inches. Let's move on to the multiplication or division method. Alright, so this is probably the the shortest method. You wouldn't have to go through all the processes of cross-multiplying measurements. Yes. There are points to take key note of when applying this method. One is for you to be able to differentiate between the smaller units and the larger units of measurements, so that you will know that from the smallest unit to the largest unit, you would have millimeters, centimeters, meters, inches, kilometers, in that order. Alright, that is from the small unit to the larger or the largest units. Yes. The second thing to do is to remember the unit conversion chart. Okay, that is knowing that 100 centimeters equals 1 meter, 1000 meters equals 1 kilometer, in that order. And the next thing is to divide or multiply. Alright, then your division or multiplication will certainly be based on whether you are changing a measurement from a smaller unit or to a larger unit. Now here is the trick. Alright, divide measurements when converting from small units to large units. That is it. And multiply measurements when converting from a large unit to a small unit. As simple as that. Take note that in any division situation, the numerator is always the measurement to be converted. Alright, so when given a measurement to be converted, that measurement is always your numerator. Your denominator is the largest figure in the unit conversion list. Alright, so for example, if you have 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, your denominator would always be 100 centimeters because it is the largest figure in the conversion rate. Okay, if you have 1 feet or 1 foot equals 12 inches, 12 inches would be your denominator because it is the largest figure in the conversion list. Let's take these examples. Convert 126,240 inches into miles. As we said earlier in our keynote, you must be able to differentiate between smaller units of measurement and larger units of measurement. So in this our question, inches is our smaller unit of measurement, whereas miles is the larger unit of measurement. The next thing that was listed was to remember the unit conversion rate. So that 1 mile is equals to 63,360 inches. Yes. And we also once again said that from a small unit to a large unit, we have to divide. Yes, so that when converting from a smaller unit to a larger unit, we divide. In this case, we are converting from inches to miles, which is from a smaller unit to a larger unit. So we are going to divide. Yes. And we said once again that in any division situation, the measurement you are given to convert would always be your numerator, while the larger unit in your unit conversion rate would be the denominator. So what we are going to have is 126,240 divided by 63,360. This would give us a figure of 1.99. Alright, so we add the miles to it. So we'd have 1.99 miles. Let's convert 3 miles into inches in this example. So we know that 1 mile is equals to 63,360 inches. And this time around we are converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit. So what we do is we multiply. Yes, we multiply. So once again, we take the measurement to be converted first. It is always the first figure to be written down. Alright, it is the reason why it is the numerator when we are dividing. So we write it first, that is 3 miles, and then we multiply it by 63,360 inches, which is the largest figure in the unit conversion rate stated earlier. This gives us 1,980 inches. I hope this method is very easy to understand and apply, because all you have to do is to divide when you are converting from a small unit to a larger unit, and multiply when converting from a larger unit to a smaller unit. This brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.